back. Happy Sunday. And this week I kind of just wanted to sit and hang out with you guys and give you some really quick updates about my new master's program. As many of you guys know, I'm starting my master's in bioethics in just a couple weeks now. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that, then, grab some tea, coffee, whatever, and hang out with me for a couple minutes. So my program has a 36 credit hour requirement, and of that, only like 7 of the classes are actually required, and the rest is like elective coursework where you kind of just build your own study plan. And that is exactly one of the reasons why I loved this program so much, is because of that flexibility. But I'll go over some of the required stuff and sort of what I'll be taking in the fall as well. So really quickly, at Harvard, you can do the Master's of Bioethics in either 1 year or 2 years. Full-time is 1 year, part-time is 2 years. So I'm doing the 2-year part-time so that I would have the time and space to work as well while I'm going to school. So my study plan is a little bit different, obviously, than what the full-time students would be, but I'll still kind of try to give an overview. Obviously, I'll have much more detail for you guys once I actually start. So make sure to like, comment, message me, whatever you want to do to let me know if my actual day-to-day Master's Bioethics stuff would be something that you guys would be interested in seeing, like vlogs of that. Let me know. But for now, let's go over some of the classes that I'm taking, because I'm getting excited and some people are starting school, but I haven't yet, so I'm getting antsy, and let's talk about it. So the required classes that we have to take are 2 foundations of bioethics classes. So there's a year-long block of foundations, and that is obviously just covering theory and approaches and how ethics affects law and policy and all kinds of stuff. So there are those 2 classes, and then there's also 4 credits worth of Capstone. So your Capstone project can either be an internship or an academic project, but either way, you still have to present your work at the end of your program in poster format. And what I thought was really cool was, I have my computer pulled up with all my information, but what I thought was really cool is that your placement options for your Capstone can either be clinical, research, or policy-based. And so you kind of have a choice between how exactly you want to experience bioethics. So I'm kind of torn right now between a clinical and a policy route, but I have a feeling I'm going to side towards the clinical side because I'm missing that aspect of things in my life. But other than that, there are 3 core classes that you have to take also in your first year or first semester. And those include an intro to clinical ethics, an intro to research ethics, and health, law, and policy. So outside of those 2 foundations classes and your Capstone stuff and those 3 core classes, the rest is totally up to you, and you have a choice between a bunch of electives. So I have a list here, so let's see what some of the electives that they list are. They talk about bioethics advocacy, which I feel sounds super interesting, and critical reading of contemporary books in bioethics, global health ethics, ethics in genomics, ethics in reproductive medicine and women's health, health and human rights, narrative ethics, neuroethics, pediatric ethics, theological and religious perspectives in bioethics, and the list just keeps going, but those are the main electives that they talk about. So obviously I'm nerding out about this, but I am super excited, and I didn't really get to pick too many electives this semester just because it's my first semester, and as a part-time student I'm only going to be taking 2 or 3 classes. And so I have to take the first foundations class. And then I also get to pick between, as a part-time student, I get to pick between whether I want to take the intro to clinical ethics or the intro to research ethics. And I think I'm going to go with the intro to clinical ethics for this upcoming semester, just because I feel like they advised me that you should take the first class that's like the most exciting to you. And while research ethics is like super interesting and exciting to me, I think I'll be a little bit more intrigued by the intro to clinical ethics. And then I might also take a consortia where like there's a bunch of clinical ethicists coming in and talking about actual cases and working through them with you and all that kind of stuff. So those are my 2, maybe 3 classes that I'm going to be taking this semester. And then next semester, I'll take the research ethics and the second foundations piece. And then past that, like, who knows? I'll start working on capstone placements and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully we'll be in person again. And I am just like super, super excited. I know this is like a really quick overview, but bioethics is kind of a small thing. Like there's only a few programs across the country. And so I just figured, in case that's something that other people are interested in, or I don't know, you just wanted to hear what my program was like, then, you know, there it is. Those are the requirements, and that's kind of how the program's structured. And it's honestly kind of like a quick thing, especially for the full-time students, you know, like they take their 36 credit hours in a year and then they finish their capstone and get out. But no, I mean, it's really, really exciting, and there are some amazing faculty, and I'm sure there's going to be like amazing speakers coming, and all these like connections with all the amazing hospitals in Boston. And yeah, so I will be starting, like I said, at the beginning of September. And if you guys want to see like actual like school vlogging kind of things like I did with my MPH, let me know. But otherwise, the moment you've been waiting for is that starting next week, yes, next week, I'm going to start this sort of applying to grad school mini series type thing. So starting next week, I'm going to have a whole series of videos just talking about all the different aspects of applying to grad school. Specifically, I can speak to applying to MPH and obviously like bioethics programs, but I'm going to be breaking that all down for you guys starting next week. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell and all that kind of stuff so you can see that and you don't miss anything. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. There's a lion in the water, but no, at the door. I might never get to heaven.